As difficult as it was to break off the wedding, we wanted to be in a better place together, especially when you go through a life-changing event like a wedding. If anything is life-changing, being the descendant of a slave is. Jim Longenbach, poet, critic, and my husband, is always passing along life-changing books for me to read. I love the challenge of playing characters forced on life-changing emotional journeys. To work on a project with Billy Crudup and Sam Rockwell is just a dream come true. I have learned that champions aren't just born, champions can be made when they embrace and commit to life-changing positive habits. The truth is, what Americans enjoy about football is much of what makes the sport dangerous. However, I believe there must be a way to find the art of success and vitality in football, without the driving the level of impact that causes serious risk of head trauma, paralysis and other life-changing injuries. My dad had a stroke. It's one of those life-changing events. It was right around the time I was turning 40. We were doing LA Law, and I got this call that my dad was in Rome and had had a stroke. I want to stress that it wasn't a huge stroke, but it was enough to provide a serious wake-up call. I feel enormously proud to be part of East Anglia's children's hospices and to see the wonderful life-changing work that you do. A testimony of the truth of the gospel does not come the same way to all people. Some receive it in a unique, life-changing experience. Others gain a testimony slowly, almost imperceptibly until, one day, they simply know. The music began, and it was one of those life-changing moments. I saw an artist, Janis Joplin. She was exhilarating, she was vibrating, and she was like no other artist that I had ever seen before. It struck me that hard. Maybe the word is epiphany, when you get that special sensation. Many of the most important and life-changing moments of my life occurred when I was a young man. The lessons I learned then formed my character and shaped my destiny. I was in Mauritius, shooting for Break Kubad, and I went for skydiving. It was a life-changing experience. Traveling, dancing, and reading are my other pastimes. To catch a wave, to stand up, it was just life-changing. There was nothing that even came close. I quit playing all other sports. By the time I was 11, they were toast. The Olympics were life-changing for me. I felt I went in as a girl and came out as a woman. I learned to glitter the pumpkins for Halloween, and not because I went into it thinking, I'm going to glitter some pumpkins. No, I bought all of these big, cold, slimy, disgusting pumpkins and tried to carve them, and it was gross, so I had to find something else to do with them. Glitter was life-changing. The evidence is clear that Medicaid expansion has already been life-changing and life-saving for thousands of Louisianans. When I was a young person, when I was in high school, we did a very emotional and wonderful, for us, life-changing, production of Godspell. It really was the highlight of my high school time, and it was for everybody else in the cast, too. The 1960s were really a life-changing time. Having children is life-changing, to state the obvious. It's a gigantic shift in your life and I welcomed it. Seeing the road show of A Chorus Line in 1977 at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Memphis was a life-changing event for me. There were gay people on the stage, and they all lived in New York. I was able to represent my country and put on the red, white, and blue. How many people in the world get to do that? Standing on the podium with my teammates, and being the first women's gymnastics team to win this gold medal, it was life-changing. Ray of Light changed my life. The whole album, but that song specifically, was just so life-changing and incredible for me. Being a part of the Twilight phenomenon was life-changing. There is a whole other world of Twilight fandom. I can't think of a more life-changing procedure for a young woman than an abortion. I have learned that delivering the best possible palliative care to children is vital, providing children and their families with a place of support, care and enhancement at a time of great need is simply life-changing. I never really grasped how big it was when I initially got Alexander. I thought, ooh, this is exciting, but after I got home, I looked back and thought, that was an incredible experience. I got to work with some massive names in Hollywood, and I learned so much. And then it really kind of struck me how life-changing it was. Most of the time, you don't win anything on reality shows. You're booted off, or maybe you win $50,000, or $100,000, which isn't really life-changing. I don't know that it's worth it. Transplant is a life-changing experience. Organ donation transforms lives. It is torture for you, torment for you as an individual in need. It's interesting, winning an Academy Award as a young man, life-changing, but I'm just me within that. It's been very helpful for my career, but I'm trying to stay on the path I was on before. Anybody who has gone through a life-changing experience will tell you there is a different understanding of what is real and what is important, and when you are going through different moments, you can reflect and go, I have been through worse. I want to help others think first before diving into a pool or lake to prevent these types of life-changing accidents. I know I'm in a very fortunate minority and hope my story inspires both adults and children to be more careful. I'm not interested in a pretty world. It's boring to me. If you're lucky enough to get to play a character for a long time, it's life-changing. Seeing my daughter for the first time after I came back from the tour was just a life-changing experience. It still blows my mind. If you are going to ask yourself life-changing questions, be sure to do something with the answers. I am a book reviewer. I write for a glossy magazine called SCFI. The money is not life-changing, but it's a low-stress gig. Publishers send me their books. More than I could possibly read. I pick a few and write about them, put a very few others on the shelf, to be perused at my leisure, someday. I was badly bullied when I was in the 7th grade, relentlessly, mercilessly, by a group of 12-year-old girls. And it left me with a determination that no matter what, I had to throw my shoulders back, stick out my chin, and project a sense that no one and nothing could hurt me. That turned out to be a life-changing mistake. Not enough people in this world, I think, carry a cosmic perspective with them. It could be life-changing. The next time a former child star is in the news, look at the age at which he or she started performing. Then imagine making a life-changing decision at that age. Chances are good he or she wasn't the one who made it. Broadway was life-changing because it pushes you mentally, physically, emotionally, every way that you can be pushed. It makes you feel like there's nothing you can't do. It's like doing your own stunts. First-class delivery of children's palliative care is life-changing. When families are confronted with the shattering news that their children have a life-limiting condition, their world can fall apart. If we permit flawed machines to make life-changing decisions on our behalf, by allowing them to pinpoint a murder suspect, to diagnose a condition or take over the wheel of a car, we have to think carefully about what happens when things go wrong. I was emotionally and physically punched in the stomach. This is not a place where you go and deliver the lines and then you come back. It's kind of a life-changing experience. But it can't get better than this for any actor. This is like an opera. Certainly, anyone whom I've witnessed, who has gone through something horrible and life-changing, has a sense of ironic humor, or an ability to look at the peculiarities of the world and find humor in it. The first time that I stepped onto a stage, it was life-changing. For once, I felt comfortable and in a place where I belonged. It changed my life forever. But the rule seems to be that the bigger and more life-changing the decision, the less it will seem like a decision at all. People tell me an Olympic medal is a life-changing event. Except I don't even think about the medal unless someone asks about it. Anime has been good to me. I made and continue to make very little money at it, but the undying, feverish loyalty of the fans of the genre has been such a life-changing influence for me that I wanted to do everything I possibly could to help give something back to them. I was always drawn to the blues. Alberta Hunter at the Cookery was a life-changing experience. I only wanted to get enriched as a performer as I got older, to have an audience which got older, too, and would come to see me when I'm 80. The Unity Band project has been life-changing for me. I have led many groups of talented musicians, but this is unlike anything else. The making of Naked was an absolutely phenomenal, mind-bending experience. That film was life-changing and put my career onto a whole different level. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.